One of the most basic elements of art is drawing a line. Lines can be used to capture shapes, forms, make perspective, create gesture, and more. Bad line confidence shows, and it can really give off a bad impression of your skill level. Many people believe that artists are just born with the ability to draw perfectly straight and beautiful lines, but that is just wrong. Drawing is a skill that can be compared to athletics. Athletes require warming up before competing, just like artists require warming up before working on a nice drawing. Athletes practice and do drills, and as artists, we must do the same. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more tips on drawing, art, and visual storytelling. Let's begin with warm-ups. I warm up every time I change mediums. If I'm going to draw on a pencil, I warm up. If I'm going to draw on a tablet, I warm up first. Drawing with a pencil isn't going to feel the same as drawing on a tablet. In this video, I'm using a ballpoint pen. I like to draw with pens because it discourages the brain from thinking it can erase or undo. This makes you commit to your lines. Just the practice of drawing with a pen will begin to boost your confidence very quickly. Now let's look at the way that we make a mark. Start your good habit building with making a line about an inch long, trying to make it straight and in one stroke from beginning to end. You can see here that I start with short lines and get longer as I feel more confident. What you want to avoid is feathering or scratching in your lines like this. These kinds of lines express anxiety and a lack of confidence. So let's try to avoid making these types of lines. Once you feel comfortable, then make another line that's a little bit longer. Now I want to talk about ghosting. Ghosting is practicing the line with your pencil just slightly above the surface like you see me doing here. This technique will help you make more confident lines as well as improve accuracy. Another way to help practice your lines is to make a beginning and end dot. Then draw a line to connect them. This gives your eye a place to focus for the end of the line. Find the speed that's comfortable for you. Too slow and your line will be wobbly. Too fast and your lines will miss the mark. You need to find the speed that's just right where you maintain control. The next exercise is to draw straight lines from one direction and then make straight lines from the opposite direction. Here you can see I'm starting my lines from left to right. Then I change direction. I start with a short line and try to make them longer. This may be uncomfortable or your lines may not look great at first, but this is why we practice. The next exercise is going to level up your line control. This time, make a line length that you're comfortable with, then go over that same line 3 to 6 times. If your line still looks like a single line when you finished, then you've done well. If the line is frayed at the end, then you may need to slow down. Alright, let's get into curved lines. Up until now, we've only practiced straight lines. Now we're going to do the same exercise with a curved line. Here, I'm starting with a short curved line and repeating it a few times. Then I'll go a bit longer. Last, I want to talk about the pivot point. Many people new to drawing tend to draw in the same way that they write with words. That is, only making small movements with your fingers. However, those kinds of movements are more for details than for making long, smooth lines with energy and flow. For larger lines, we want to use the whole arm. This will also keep you from cramping as easily. First, you want to lock your fingers in place and then bend at the wrist, like this. You can see that I'm pivoting at the wrist, but my fingers stay locked. Next, we're going to pivot from the elbow. This time, you want to lock your fingers and your wrist and let the elbow move them like a windshield wiper. Try all of these techniques with different tools like pencil, pen, or even your digital tablet.